we have Alejandra and Emmanuel co-creating some expansions, some miracles together. So how can I support you? What's going on in your beautiful world?
Thank you. Since all these dismantling and beautiful energies at the same time started happening, much has changed. A lot has changed for me. It's like it's for the first time in this lifetime, these very heavy veils lifted. Not that I can see or hear different, but how I feel physically and energetically. I feel much, much lighter than ever before. And so there was this big light of hope in my heart. My heart started to become more hopeful and tell my mind and see, well, yes, this is it, this is here, it's happening. So I have begun with more strength and certainty to surrender to my higher self. So one of the things, what I want the most with this session is for my higher self to help me get what I must or what is here for me now. But one of the things that I would love to see is 17 and a half years ago when my youngest daughter was born, Agatha, somehow my right eye started blinking a little bit. That sometimes happens to us when we are a little stressed, but it never stopped. It kept on happening and happening more, and then it just didn't only happen on my right eye, but all the right face. It's like a spasm that was created. So for 17 years, I have done many things, acupuncture, many, many things. This year, after all this has happened, I have been able to, it's kind of stopping, but not completely. What happened in my eye, it has the nerve, the facial nerve, act on its will. So the muscles, like my eye closes when the light comes in, and then I have no vision because it's closed. So it interferes with my, I won't say self-esteem, but with my, how I feel when I talk to people or when I have to interact. For the work I have done with you, and I am a very outgoing person and I'm very sure of myself. So it's not a thing of autoesteem, but it's a pulling me back, because when I talk to somebody and my eye shuts or closes, they look at my eyes, so it triggers my insecure. It kidnaps the moment or what I'm there to give. When I am able to pass that through, and my eye doesn't even blink, or it's the whole right side of my face. My higher self, my inner self, my guidance tells me that yes, I am. It has been healing, and it's been healing, and but I know that right now one of the things for me is, one of the calls for me is, or I'm stepping in any way that I have to, and I want to know my purpose, and I want to know, like every one of us, we want to be of service, and we have been training for many years for this moment. I just don't want that nothing like this will hold me back. So if either accept that this is how it's going to be my faith, or if it's taking some blockage, because I'm here ready to serve.
Yes. Okay. So are you ready for some healing?
I am ready.
All right, my friends. Before we begin, do I have your permission to connect with your energy?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to walk you through a different perspective just to see panoramic view of what's happening, so that it becomes more clear of what you're really asking here instead of what maybe you thought you were trying to ask. It's going to be really showing up very clear. The past year, especially with what's been happening in the world and you saying you've been feeling lighter, and especially physically and energetically, what's happening is there's space being created now between you and the thoughts that you are attached to, or the mind was created to attach to and be in. And although we know often that the mind has such an important role in this beautiful reality, and we love it, and we always honor it, and we bring it to the table to work with us, what's happened is for so many, especially sensitives and light workers, is that we get caught up in the mind's stories, and we just sort of don't realize that they're just stories. They actually become reality for us, even though at our core, our soul knows that that's not what's happening. So I'm going to bring you into a more panoramic view so that you can understand that your highest purpose and your understanding of what's happening with the face, with the eye, ultimately freeing yourself from the entanglement and the attachments that you have to the stories that are keeping you from moving forward. The key here is you already know it. I'm just a channel for from you to you, is that your highest purpose, my friend, is self-realization. It's to know who you are and simply to know the self. And when you know yourself, and when you are doing that already through nature and meditation and through your hard experiences, through, past relationships, all those things, they are all serving a purpose to help you, when you're open to learning the lesson, to come more to yourself. So your purpose is self-realization. Everything else is here to support that. And that's your calling. That's what all of our calling, especially those who are on the path, is here to know ourselves to such a degree that we change this reality, not only for ourselves, but for the world. And so what happens is we are often met with many distractions, whether it's because the mind is afraid of knowing who we are, whether the mind just wasn't taught to know who we really are. Intellectually, I know you know who you are, but it's more of a deeper subconscious awareness, so that you can unwind from a lot of those childhood and earlier experiences or past life experiences or experiences from your ancestors that they had of forgetting themselves and that you somehow internalized. So your greatest purpose is to know yourself. It's self-realization. There's nothing that would ever be any different than that unless we'd like to be distracted. So knowing your purpose, that your purpose is here to know who you are and to have self-realization, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. From this space, all of the desire and need to make things happen against the natural rhythm of who we already are will fall away. And I'm knowing and I'm feeling and I'm sensing you're already doing so much of that. And it's a process. We're all going through that. It's a process that is very important for us to be gentle and loving with ourselves through. For you, there was something that you said very clearly. You said, should I just accept what's happening, or should I, is there something that I can clear and work on? Well, ultimately, you know the answer to that. And you know that I'm here to help you understand that by accepting something, it doesn't mean that it has to stay. Because what happens is the mind views sometimes acceptance. I know you know this intellectually different. I know you know acceptance is very important and it's very part of healing. But there's an inner part of you that thinks by accepting you are failing, it could be settling, it could be having to deal with it or whatever. But ultimately, acceptance is none of those things. Acceptance is being able to fully be so present with your experience that you no longer have attachments to outcomes. And when you can do that, you are going to naturally step closer towards who you are, because who you are is just underneath the surface of all of that. Your true essence, your true self, doesn't need to force, doesn't need to make anything happen. It's all divine. It's all part of your experience. And ultimately, the face spasm and the eye situation that you experienced has nothing to do with anything except for teaching you how to fully know yourself and to accept what is so that you can fully embrace what you can be. So does that sound like it's something we are ready to step into? Is there resistance around that? How are you feeling?
It feels that I'm ready.
Yes. And the outcome, we don't need to worry about whether it's going to stay the same or whatnot. What we want, and this is the call for you now, Alejandra, to fully be so in love with all of you to such a degree that even the things that once upon a time you used to allow to hold you back no longer are able to hold you back, because the only thing that was holding you back was the stories you were choosing to believe, and they are not something that you have to believe anymore. So let's go ahead and move you in that direction. So my beautiful friend, can we have your I am presence show you the highest guidance, wisdom, blessings, awareness around all of this physical and emotional experience you've had for the past 17 and a half years especially, and maybe any other past lives where you may have had something similar. Can we go ahead and show you the highest perspective of it now? Would you like that?
Yes.
Any part of you that was choosing to fight against or push against or resist against any part of yourself, including the physical situation you're experiencing, can we honor the parts of you that chose to do that just because she wanted to protect you? Can we go ahead and honor her?
Yes.
So when you think about 5 years ago or a few years ago, when you think about that part of you that experienced the frustration that went along with the insecurities or some of the things that come up as a result of the facial spasms and the eye spasms and closing, where do you feel that actually in your body outside of your face? Where do you feel that anxiety?
On my solar plexus.
Good. Go ahead and place your hands on your stomach, your solar plexus, and let's just feel into that story, the worry, the anxiety. This is just your core trying to do what it can to protect you. Your core is saying, hey, I need some love. I need some attention from you, and I'm doing the best I can to protect you. So please pay attention to me. And so let's pay attention. Go ahead and just feel into the discomfort or any of the anxiety or anything that the mind works with the body to create as a result of some of the thoughts that you have around the insecurity. So let's go ahead and just feel into that now. Let's just feel into that. Take a deep breath in. If the mind wants to go in a different direction, just gently bring it back to feeling the area between your solar plexus and your hands. We're just focusing our attention there. And so I'm going to invite you now to imagine in your solar plexus there is a hand in the shape of a fist. So your hand is closed, it's very tight, is closed, and I want you to just notice that in your solar plexus. This hand has been trying to protect you from getting hurt, from being disappointed, from being in fear, abandonment, whatever it is. This fist has been protecting you. It's been protecting you very much your whole life. And it's something that we honor. So let's just send deep gratitude and thank you and love to this hand that has been protecting you, that has been a shell around you, trying to keep you safe and protected. So let's just imagine what that would feel like if we could send love and compassion and gratitude to this part of your body that represents the solar plex. And as we do that, take a deep breath in. Gently notice the more love, the more gratitude we send your solar plex, the less tight this fist becomes, so that you start seeing a little bit of release and you start noticing that it starts to open up a little bit. And as you focus more on any of the discomfort, the resistance that the mind may have created in the solar plex, just send it love and gratitude for doing its best all of these years and lifetimes to protect you. We're so grateful. We're so grateful. We're not fighting against it. We're not trying to get rid of it. We're just so grateful and in awe of this heroic warrior energy that has served you well for a very long time. And we're grateful for that. So let's send your solar plex, your stomach, so much gratitude and love and joy. And the more we do that, we start to notice the fingers are starting to open and the hand starts to open. And now the hand is starting to become a very open hand that has so much light in it, so much light in this, so much beauty, so much joy, so much peace, so much ease, so much grace, so much enlightenment. So much of who you are has been inside of this hand. And let's just allow these beautiful energies to almost like floating above the hand and through the hand and through the fingers and then above, almost like you're a superhero holding this light of energy, of beauty, of healing. So can we have your I Am presence show you how to honor an open solar plex in a way that is you fully embracing your goddess potential, your powerful self, being in expression of who you really are as a divine, sovereign being of love and light? Can we go ahead and do that?
Yes.
Just repeat after me. I am.
I am.
I want you to focus on the word I in that hand that we were visualizing. I want you to see the word I, so you can see it in Spanish as well. So I am. In your hand, I want you to see the word I am. And I want you to focus on the space in between the word I and the word am. So just focus on the space between the I and the am. Beautiful space between the I and the am. This is who you are. Let's focus on that. And now let's allow the I to just become light and dissolve into the hand, and allow the am to become light and dissolve into the hand, allowing all the cells and molecules of this hand that represents your solar plex to be having this beautiful energy of presence, of knowing who you really are. Let's take a deep breath in. Now focus on that same space between the I and the am. Just focus on that space, that presence between the I and the am. As you're doing that, can we send more love, more compassion, more gratitude to your body, to your solar plexus, to the face, to the eye, to the hair, to the feet, to the fingers, to the face, everything? Can we just send so much love and gratitude now? Would you like that?
Yes.
So from this space, you continue focusing on that space between the I and the am, and let that energy wash over you from the hair on the top of your head to the auric field around you, into the body, and down through the feet, so that it's going in all cells, molecules, and your energetic body too. So let's just imagine what that looks like. If you would like to see colors or many colors or light, what that looks like, what that feels like, feel free to do so. But your most important thing is to focus on the space between the I and the am. Here we go. Take a deep breath in. And release. Let's take another deep breath in and release. Each breath simply acknowledging that we are in the present moment. Another deep breath in and release. Any part of your awareness that has been scattered, that has not fully been in the present, maybe it has been here, there, and everywhere, can we just thank those parts of you that chose to be scattered without realizing it, or by realizing it, and bring it all back into 2020 focus, laser, crystal clear focus in the now? Can we bring your attention and your awareness fully into your present and show you how to tap into this potential as often as you desire? Would you like that?
Yes.
So in medical intuition, we studied that any spasms have to do with scattered attention and thinking. And so when we are able to, let's say if you are a multitasker, someone who's very good at multitasking and doing many things at the same time, that's great. But if you feel like you'd like to just bring a little bit more space and peace into that, try to bring a little bit less of the need to be multitasking and doing so many things or thinking about so many things at the same time. So as you know, you do that. Meditation, peaceful walks, centering yourself, listening to classical music, things like that will be very helpful to bring you into the now. And then, of course, listening to this type of session, practicing presence, just being in your body, loving, honoring your body as an extension of your spirit, your I am presence. Can we show you how to do that right now? Would you like that?
I would, yes.
Can we download you with what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, to fully acknowledge, love, embrace all of you in the now? Would you like that?
Yes.
Can we show you how to bring that presence, that space into the experience of the spasms that you are having? So can we bring that space in between the I and the am into, so your presence, into that face, that beautiful face, the I? Can we do that now?
Yes.
So let's just feel into that. What would that feel like if we could just bring that beautiful, sacred isness of life into the face, into the spasm? Does it feel like the spasm is outside of that anymore, or does it feel like it's just part of the isness? How do you feel?
I actually feel so much peace, like a relief, like a peace, a very strong peace, and it feels like if through my eye I came out of something.
So peace is your true nature. This is who we really are. It's the undercurrent. It's always there. And the only reason why sometimes we don't feel it is because the mind has been taught to not feel the discomfort and feel the pain and the fear that sometimes we need to process through as humans. And so what happens is when we were doing the visualization and seeing and acknowledging the feeling of that tight grip that you had in your solar plex, when we just felt it and we just allowed ourselves to feel it, then we start to thank it and express love for it because it was doing the best it could for us. Now it's going to start to open, and now it's going to start to flow and allow what needs to happen. This is you. This is who you are, and you have this ability to connect with more of you. This is your purpose, is to know thyself. Even knowing thyself, it cannot be put into words. I think, and I know you tapped into that in your life many times, and hopefully today when you connected with this space between the I and the am. So basically, that is you, the space in between the I and the am. That is your true essence. And then we can show the mind that it is loved, and it's okay, and that there's value, and it can gain so much, and it can still do and accomplish so many things even in this awareness of the space between the I am present. Now it will feel supported. Now the mind will feel like, oh, I have something protecting me, taking care of me. I don't have to go to the survival patterns of not feeling my feelings, pushing down my emotions, trying to just hold things in my body so that I protect myself. It doesn't need to do that anymore. Now, it may still try, and that's okay because, as you know, this is a process, but your only job is to remind yourself of who you are and how to connect with that, which is that space between the I and the am. There's another technique that's very helpful. So you can count to 4, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the way you see it is in your mind's eye, you close your eyes, and you just, when you say 1, you see the number 1, and then when you say 1 to 2, you see the number 2, and then you're going to count to 3, but before you count to 3, you're going to start to notice that there's space between 2 and 3. So you're going to just go into that space, that stillness between the 2 and 3, and you're just going to sit there for a few moments, just allowing the mind to be in this space. And then if you'd like to continue to 4, you can, but otherwise you're complete. That is you aligning with your purpose, which is to know who you are. When you know who you are, you will no longer allow yourself to be aligned with things that don't feed you, don't make your heart sing, that don't bring you joy, that don't raise your vibration. You're going to start to know that, oh, this is for me, this is not for me. So even when your mind is saying, I have a little bit of insecurity when I have some eye spasms and face spasms, so instead of just stopping and holding yourself back, you can actually pause and bring presence into it. Because now you're practicing presence, knowing who you are.
Yes.
Bring that presence. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so let me just focus on this fear. Let me focus on this resistance, this insecurity. Where do I feel that? Sometimes it's in the heart. Sometimes it's in the solar plex. Sometimes it's in the throat, in the shoulders. And always do the visual of the fist, the hand that's closed so tight and just trying to protect you. Just see it, be with it, send it love, almost like you're just allowing it to be acknowledged. And when you observe it, when you pay attention to it, it will blossom, it will open, and this fist becomes a beautiful hand that has so much light in it. And when you allow that light to come out, that's you loving yourself, that's you honoring yourself, that's you even just feeling the discomfort, that's you loving yourself. And this is where I sense the world experiencing right now. And that's why we're seeing so much struggle and chaos with so many people who are not allowing themselves to feel the fear. They're just not letting themselves to know that there's a part of them that has just not been letting them go into that, because they think that if they go into that, maybe they will no longer exist or whatever. So when we can actually step into that for ourselves, we become the surrogate for humanity. So what you and I did today not only was for you, it was for the world. You just gave the world permission. You gave the world permission today to step into their discomfort so that they can heal. I want you to just take a deep breath in, breathing in, allowing yourself to feel that love for yourself, that gratitude for yourself. We are so grateful for your commitment, for your dedication, for your hard work, for all the things that you did to get you here. We are grateful. Now, it doesn't have to be hard anymore. It can be enjoyable. It can be fun. It can be beautiful. It can be playful. This is what we can have now. Enlightenment, to know yourself, is not something where we lose ourself to such a degree that we cannot exist in this reality. We can do that if we want, but to know yourself is to know all the qualities that make you who you are. And that's what we are doing today. So can we show you how to fully embrace all of the magical, beautiful qualities of your spirit, your soul essence, and your I am presence? Would you like that?
Yes.
Can we show the mind how to recognize the benefit, the value, and the blessings that it will gain and it will receive from embracing your beautiful qualities of your I am presence? Would you like that?
Yes.
Can we download you with what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, to fully embrace the qualities of who you really are?
Yes.
Good. Take a deep breath in. And release. So I'm going to invite you to just focus on the right side of your face and your eye. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask your I am presence to just massage it with love and peace, because that's who you are. And presence. We are just going to massage it with presence, with that space between the I and the am. Ultimately, the space between the story, right? Who you really are is far greater than the story. So let's just bring that in and massage it, that beautiful presence. And I'm going to do that with you. If you want to visualize it, you can, but you can just also just focus on that part of your face. Here we go. So let's do it in the eye, in the back of the eye, around the eyebrow, around the nose, around the cheeks, the mouth. Just allowing all those nerves to fully be blessed with presence. They are not separate from you. It's not something that's being done to you or something that is trying to harm you or hurt you. None of that. Let's just release that story and just bring in presence and massage that story with presence. Here we go. And we can bring this beautiful presence to all parts of your body now, just allowing it to, almost like if you're getting beautiful sunlight on a nice day, allowing that warmth to touch your face, your hands, just allowing that to be in the crown, the top of your head, your third eye, your jaws relaxing, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, stomach, hips, thighs, knees, calves, feet, just completely surrendering to the knowing of who you are. That's all you're doing. So the mind may think surrender is one thing. So let's show it that it's actually not giving up anything. It's actually stepping into everything. Would you like that?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, there it is. That's what it needed to know. Good, good, good. So let's just bask in this beauty of your light. Good. Can we show you how to simply be and know that that is absolutely beyond a shadow of a doubt perfect? Can we show you that?
Yes.
Can we show you how to allow your body to be exactly as it desires to be and know that it's absolutely perfect as it is?
Yes.
Good. Can we bring in the awareness that the mind can simply be and it's absolutely perfect as it is?
Yes.
Good. Bring that in. Take a deep breath in. And release. Can we show you how to do when you feel guided to do and take inspired action and know that it's absolutely perfect? Can we do that?
Yes.
Good. Can we show you how to create balance between beingness and doingness and show you what that feels like in your reality?
Yes.
Can we show the mind how to embrace beingness as much as it has doingness?
Yes.
Good. So you don't have to do anything. Even if you don't do anything, you always are. So that's beyond enough. That's perfect. So now you only do when you feel like doing, not because you have to, not because you need to. Not. Do you see the difference? So from here, now we can fully accept, when you're ready to accept who you are, what is, exactly as it is, not from a place of, oh, I'm feeling defeated, but from a place of, oh my gosh, this is me stepping into all of me. This is me. Let's breathe that in. Are you willing? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So let's bring in this ability to fully embrace all of you in the now. Let's bring your past, all the past selves. Let's bring your future. Let's bring it all into the now. Let's bring it into the now and fully embrace it and love it and accept it as it is. And bring that isness, that presence. Let's shower that presence into all of your body, into all of your mind, into all of your experiences. It has never been outside of those things. Even when your mind was not in the space to receive it or know it, it's always been here. Presence has always been here. This is who you are. This is your purpose. This is your experience of this reality. This is what you came here to do, to be, to play, to experience. This is you. Are you willing to receive that? Would you like that?
Yes.
Okay, so just repeat after me. I am.
I am.
The universe is.
The universe is.
I am.
I am.
The universe is.
The universe is.
Because I am.
Because I am.
And so it is.
And so it is.
So now we're going to even go further beyond that. We're going to transcend that, and we're just going to see the I and the am in words in front of you, in your awareness. And we're just going to feel into the space between the I and the am, and gently allow the I to dissolve into the light and the am to dissolve, and just feel into the space. Awareness into all your experiences, your life, nature, humanity. Let's bring that presence into this world so that it's available and accessible for everyone with ease. Do you agree?
I agree.
Good. Let's bring that in. Good. And take a deep breath. And release. Good. Let's take another deep breath in. And release. And this time when you take a deep breath, just gently open your eyes and look around. Just notice the presence in everything that's around you right now. And release. Sense the presence in your hearing, in your seeing, in all your five senses, in the textures, the shapes. Notice that presence in your beingness. Notice it. Take a deep breath in. Notice it in your breath. And release. Notice it in your face, in the eyes, in your solar plex. Notice it in your joy. Notice it in your peace. Notice it in your ease, relaxation. Notice it. It's here. This is you. Good. Can we go ahead and raise your physical, emotional, spiritual, mental vibrations to their most expanded state so you can fully receive, digest, experience, integrate all of this healing that you have created today, or something greater? Would you like that?
Yes.
Good. Go ahead and stretch your arms up above your head as high as they can go, wiggling your fingers to the sky. Good. Wiggle, wiggle. Arms wide open, and just repeat after me. I give myself full permission.
I give myself full permission
to be me.
To be me.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Give yourself a big hug from the universe, from Source, from your I Am Presence, from me. We are so grateful for you. Thank you for just being so ready, so willing. Let's just be with that. Thank yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for your mind. Thank you for the body, the way it was showing up. Thank you for your spirit. We're so grateful. It all has a perfect part. We are so grateful. Good. Let's take another deep breath in. Me too. I can feel that. And release. And so it is.
And
we did it.
Yes. Wow.
How are you feeling?
I feel expanded, and the warmth in my heart, it just kept on getting warm and expanding, and the light and the feelings and the peace. Oh, I feel so great.
You're home. You have arrived.
I have arrived. Thank you so much.
Yay.
You always have that gift.
Well, thank you for being so open and allowing me just to be an expression of you in this way. This is always how I see all of this work. And I'm so grateful we got to actually catch up in this way, and just to know that you are anchoring so much love and peace and just this beautiful presence in the world. I feel so blessed. I know that we are all just doing our part right now. It's amazing. It really is. And I know there's some interesting things coming to the surface, but there's something much bigger happening, and I'm so glad that you are a big part of that. So thank you.
Yes. I thank you too. And I want to say something quickly, if may I?
Yes,
Can
of course.
When all this began, at first my fear was intense and incredible and big. And I did feel it and felt it. And I did all those sessions and help that you were doing. And I started having so much peace that no matter what has happened or is happened, I feel in peace with all that. And this is like the field or the culmination of one more step into that peace and gratefulness. And I thank you very, very much. And I want you to know that you are a very big part of my peace and gratitude. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you.